so we don't get beat up by your woman. Evening, everybody. It's December. I gotta look at the clock, Gerry. December 26th, the day after Christmas. I'm glad to still see you got your Christmas tree still up. Still
Still
got
up.
mine up. It'll stay up until probably the end of next week or something like that, is my guess. Mine's easy. I just pick it up, move it in the closet, and I'm done.
We got to put it in storage.
Yeah, it'll eventually go in there. Yeah. So we're glad to have everybody here on this fine Christmas weekend. And how many people we got in here? Actually, I need to stop the stream over here. Oh, it's already stopped. All right, sweet. We do have a poll, 23 votes. We'll kind of let those votes come in. So if you haven't voted, continue to vote, and we'll check on it in about an hour or so. We got a lot of fine folks in here. It looks like All Good was not first, so that's a surprise. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. How was your Christmas, Gerry?
It was awesome. It was awesome. Ate too much. Got a lot of gifts. It's really great when your kids are almost all grown and they have jobs. So
You don't have to buy them anything?
well, you get stuff, right? It's like
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I
You
think
get stuff that's not with your own money.
yeah. It's pretty cool. How
Well,
was
that's
yours?
good. Mine was easy. I didn't have to buy anything for anybody. I said, but myself. That's it. So the AT guide, Gerry, the AT guide. So, yeah, no, I took it easy. Talked to my mom last night a little bit. We talked last night as well. Got the normal gang together. So, a pretty interesting week. Let's go through my week. We'll go through your week. We'll talk to some folks in here and kind of get an idea of, what do we have in store for us this week, and kind of we're going to finish strong and all that. And I did an interesting move this week. So there's only a few people that know about it. And so we'll kind of talk about that. Futures are open for anybody that's not aware. They're pretty much flat. So flat as a 10-year-old. So all right. Well, let's see here. Let me go to this page here. So what do I normally do?
Been a
I
while.
know what I normally do. Let me go to the portfolio. Let's see here. So last week was an interesting week for me. So the 20th, okay, that's correct. Yep. All right. So I took a loss last week, minus $6,200 last week. Okay. So that was on the week. For the month, it puts me at minus basically $5,400. And people are like, "Oh my God, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, Dave." But so that's a $7,400 loss on Baba that I took. And I offset that with some other gains. I took some other stocks for the week. And that makes my week down $6,200 and the month down $5,400. But still up about $43,000 for the year. And you got to understand, folks, it just made sense. I'm losing sleep over this. And the reason why I'm losing sleep is because I got to make sure I'm up to look at it every day, And it's like, it's stupid. It's just me. That's an internal issue with me. But I'm starting to lose sleep over this stupid thing. Not that I'm losing money. It's just that it's an emotional roller coaster. I'm like, oh, it's going to be up today, And it was up. And then the next day it's down. And the next day it's up. Or the next day it's down. And then it's down the next day. It just could not put 2 days of up days in. And it just starts messing with me, and it brought me back to my day trading days, So I make an executive decision to cut it. And guess what? It doesn't affect my net worth. It doesn't affect my net lick. My net lick was where it was at anyway. I get to take a tax, I get to write it off my taxes, right? So that literally probably saves me about $3,000 in taxes because I'm going to pay a boatload of taxes this year. $3,000 is going to save me right there. And I'm in a higher tax bracket this year than I'm going to be in next year. It just made sense to get rid of it, So it is what it is. Shout out to Thumper. I don't know if he's here or not, but he did help me out figuring out a stupid mistake that I made selling some covered calls against the Leaps. And, it didn't work how I thought because the covered calls had a higher delta than the leaps did, and then they're not equal. So I got lucky enough that the day that I got out of everything, which I think was a Friday, if I'm not mistaken here. No, not Friday, Thursday. Friday was closed.
Yeah, Baba was down.
Exactly. That Baba was down a little bit, so I got to make money on the short calls, and I think I made like $300 on those at the market open. And then the cool thing is the leaps weren't down $300 because there's a lower delta on them, so it all worked out. It just made sense. All those things, you take those things as a factor. Now, guess what? I can start out the new year with a clean slate. Not make stupid, poor decisions. It wasn't a poor decision. I just probably not going to be getting back into Baba. Maybe I'll put a put down at 85 or something. Dare you get down there, 85. But I'm not going to continue to add and add and add. And that was just something. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still at $43,000 for the year, and I got to help my taxes out a bit too because I was kind of stressed a little bit coming up with another $15K with the $20K that I've already paid.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you sleep better this weekend?
For sure. Okay. For sure. I slept like a little baby. So probably sleeping too much, actually. So my last week, that was pretty much, what did I take off last week for profit? I took off IWMs for $412, TQQQ for 200. I think that was actually just a day trade, if I'm not mistaken. Tesla for 149, Qs for 146, SOXL for $82. Took off the Boeing for 76, PayPal for 56. And then I took those Intels off that I had 3 of those suckers on for $46. So as it sits right now, I did put some new stuff on last week just to, I think I put it out for that new expire, if I'm not mistaken. So come on, load. All right, so I put on Qs for, let's see here, for February 4th. I put 3 of those on, and those are 345s. I put IWMs on for February 4th as well, one of those for a 194 strike. I put 1 SPY on for 420 strike out to February 4th. And then I got some TQQQs that I put on as a filler for 140. And if anybody doesn't know, TQQQ is doing a split, 2-to-1 split. All right. I don't know when that's actually officially going to go through. Gerry might know. Do you know, Gerry?
No, I thought it was. I mean, I did read it, but I didn't retain that information.
So, what's TQQ at right now?
Like 140?
It's definitely a little higher than that. Let's see. It's at 165. So 165, you split that in half, brings it down to like 82 or something like that. So that might be good for Rebecca because she kind of got priced out in that account. So that might be a good thing for her. It's not really going to hurt us. It just means more contracts. That's all it means. But, I might actually start going a little bit more aggressive too in this account with 1 contract, maybe just more aggressive on 1, and then the rest maybe back down to a 0.10 or 0.15 delta. That might be a new strategy I'm going to try out. Let's see here. So as it sits right now, 30,000 in maintenance margin. That's a 10% buy-in power usage, 3,100 cooking. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see here. I do have, is that misleading a little bit? Because, I have a strangle on and a spread on. So that 3,100 is a little misleading. It's right around probably 2,900. And then, let's see here, 610,000 in notational value. I do have about $741 in unrealized, 11 positions open, 17 contracts total. So I'm running quite light. I'll put some new stuff on this week. And like I said, I'm going to try out that new strategy by probably just going a little bit more aggressive, like maybe 0.25, 0.30 or something like that, and just 1 contract. and then the rest I'll be safe on, but still spread them out, week to week and all that. Not go too heavy for 1 week. Kind of ladder them down if I can. Down days, put a little more stuff on. Take some stuff off up on big up days, and that's just gonna be my strategy. I'm going to be pretty safe going into 2022 and through 2022 until I retire, because I don't want to be stuck with anything. So that's my week. If anybody has any questions, let me know, and let's let Gerry go ahead and go through his week.
Yeah, it was interesting you said that, because that's kind of the direction that I'm going, and you'll hear when I talk about what I'm talking about, how my week went. Because I was looking at the TNA, and I was thinking of basically doing the same thing, like say 21 days out, put on a 25 delta, 28 days out, put on a 20, 35 days out, put on a 15. So I wanted to ladder those out, right? Maybe do a 65 put, a 60 put, 55 put, 50 put as the weeks go on. And so I've been looking at that. And the TQQQ, now that it's going to split, will be able to be put in there as well. So that's interesting that you thought you're kind of thinking the same thing I'm thinking too.
Great
But
minds think alike, Gerry.
I guess. But last week I took a boatload of stuff off. I closed. What did I close? I closed 23 positions. I took assignment on 4 stocks, which was about $11,000. Already sold calls on most of them. Actually, I sold strangles on most of them. So those 23 positions equals $1,225.57 taken off for profit. But it's kind of profit and not profit, right? Because I took assignment on 4 stocks. So I am down in those positions. Not very bad, few percent here and there. So if you want to have more details on all those, because I'll be running my Wednesday options video is going to be freaking long. So I only opened 8 positions for another $422. I'm running real light right now in preparation for January. I'm going to look to fill out February for hopefully January's income. Running 16,400 in maintenance margin, $3,124 in premium cooking currently. So that's a buying power percentage of only 13% currently. So it's going to be interesting, because I'm looking to fill out February with those TNAs, TQQQs. I'm going to try to simplify my trading a little bit, instead of putting on, because I had like 45 to 50 positions on, and I took off 28. So you can see I don't have to scroll down now when I'm looking at my at my thing. It's all kind of fitting in one page. So it's just the new year. We're going to try to see if we can get this thing going and making more money. So that's it.
So, question for you. So who's the real president? Oh, just kidding. So the question
Brandon.
for you, Gerry, was that?
Brandon.
The question for you is if you're going to go to more TNA or maybe even TQQQ, you're going to go with more contracts? Or, I mean, what if the income is not going to get you where you want to be using those versus doing, the individual stocks?
I would do more contracts. I'm looking at them. I'm going to try to, I can get the income, because I'm trying to make it to where notational, if things just went completely haywire, I'd be able to absorb everything, right? So
with margin?
No, with cash.
That's going to be tough. I'm at 600,000 right now, right? And I'm only at 10% buying power used.
Well, I shared with you the TNAs. I mean, you had to put a lot of them on, but you can get around $3,000 in a month with about $80,000 of notational value. And that's only
attractive. That's attractive. That's about a 10% down move, folks.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's good possibilities you'd have to take some, but the nice thing is there's good premium on both sides of those triple leverage things. Now, if we have a crash and we keep going down, yeah, you can get in a little trouble, but I don't know. That's why I want to spread it out a little bit. I'm still working on it. Of course, what I shared with you was basically, it was like 10 contracts, kind of laddered a little bit, and it's good money, but I don't know if I'd be able to get away from some of my individual positions because some of them are, pay off pretty damn good.
You can keep some. I mean, this is your ball game.
Yeah,
you're the ump. I don't know. You're the boss, Gerry. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. So, yeah, I did look at that. I think it was a 33% down move, which really translates to about 11% for those because they're triple leverage. So, but it is Russell, right? I mean, it's probably wouldn't be something I would go 100% in for myself, but I could probably put an aspect of TNAs in there. Yeah, I mean, a good example here is to go all cash secured, and I'm sitting at about $3,000 baking right now at 10% buying power used with $600,000 notational value, which is double my account size.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy to be able to make $3,000 with $80,000 of notational value.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty damn attractive to me.
And you can now with the TQQQ split, that puts that into play too, because that's not a big. I mean, you're talking $80, so you can do a 60 strike. That's only 6,000 in notational.
Yeah, I got to see what the income is off of it, though.
Yeah.
So that I'm excited to look at that. I like strategies like that because honestly, if the market goes down, it's something I'd want to buy anyway.
Yeah,
and
I mean, especially
sign your whole count at that one strike, then you can,
exactly.
You can add more when it goes down lower, right?
I like that ladder. Do the 65 closer, and then the 60, 55, 50. There's even 45s and 40s out there that if you get further out is decent money.
That's honestly a lot of what I've been doing over the last, I don't know, a couple of months here. And I go out, okay, I'm down $5 more or whatever, and $5 more. I'm mostly talking about the Qs, but
yeah.
All right, let's see. What do we got in here? Who do we got in here? We got Michael Kruger.
Freddie.
What's going on, Freddie? We got Gerry. Trusty old Gerry here. What's going on, Gerry? Evening. Merry Christmas. We got all good Sunday evening, boys. Davy Pooh and G Dubs. Old G Dubs. It still cracks me up that people call Gerry with a J every so often. They must not know that we talk about Gerry and we're even write Gerry with a G, that we're talking about Gerry.
Or GW.
Yeah, GW. Santa rally this week or normal week? I still think that the Santa rally runs till the end of the year, technically. I don't know if I've never heard anybody say, no, it's only the week of Christmas. I've never heard that. I would assume that Santa rally kind of almost is a December thing in general. So I would definitely say last week, this week, yeah. That's just my thoughts on it. I don't know if anybody else can refute that or not. So I did put a poll in there. Go take a look at the poll. Go ahead and vote. Get your vote in. Let's see here. New poll. Do stocks only go YP? What's that, ape shit? What is YP, Gerry?
Up. Y's next to you.
You typing on a phone there? Crapple, no less. Yeah, stocks. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next year. I just looked at my account. I'm up roughly about 21% in my options account. Still got another week left. And the market's up roughly about, 26% this year? So that's not that bad, you know. I'm not trying to beat the market. I don't really care. Next year is actually going to dial it back even more. Because I need to be super safe and then just hike the AT and make money. And I've made money on my Schwab account, on the retirement account too. Been churning the Qs in there like a mofo. Already made $1,000 in that account as well.
Yeah, see, that's a
So
good point because, you know, a lot of people, you know, they kind of bag on us like, well, if you're not beating the market, why are you doing options? Well, in my opinion, I've said this before, it's like if I had to achieve the same return as the market, you have to be fully invested in the market.
that's kind
So,
of true.
you
Yeah.
know,
What?
if not, you know, if I'm getting the same as the market and I'm only exposed to the market by 20%, you know what I
Well, are
mean?
we really though? If we have
Well,
$600,000 of maintenance margin on, or excuse me, of notational on,
that you have $600,000.
how much how much notational do you have on right now?
I haven't added it up. Last time I added it up, it was only slightly more than my net lick.
Okay. But at the same time, it's a juggling act, $600,000 in maintenance margin, or excuse me, of notational on, but my stuff is pretty safe, right? That's
Yeah,
that's
there's
the
that
that's
risk to
always the
reward.
dilemma, right?
I mean, just like you. I mean, if my whole net worth was invested in the S&P, I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Yeah, me neither. I got quite a bit of cash in a couple of different accounts, right? So I'm in an agreement there. That's why I like the options account. I mean, James Rowe would agree with us too because pretty much all of his accounts are all cash, So he's waiting for that big down move, that we probably won't get anytime soon. But yeah, he's probably looking for a 40 or 50% move. So no, they don't only go up. So it should be interesting to see what happens next year. I have a pull idea for next week, which by the way, we'll probably do the stream on Monday because Monday's a holiday.
It's
So
Monday. Monday's a holiday.
Monday's a holiday.
Why? What is Monday?
Monday's Monday is the observance of January 1st.
Uh,
Well, you want to trade that?
well, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's a holiday. I'm not. I'm off that day, and of course I'm off all week, but I'm off on Monday, so yeah, I'm sure. Up. There you go. Yes or hell yeah. Hell yeah. You got CMFNW. Hello. Good evening, Mrs. GW. We call her CW. Mark Ryan. Good evening, everybody. What's going on, Mark Ryan? We got a golf clap right here. Let's see here. How are you enjoying your time back in the States, Travel Drip?
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, he's back. I don't know how the weather is where he is. I can tell you, the weather's been a little cold here, probably of course, it got up to 50 some today, but sunny. God, people, I don't know. We're in winter right now, folks. Winter started about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago or something like that. Solstice already happened too, so the days are actually getting longer now. Um, and we had one little dusting of snow in December. That was it. Just a little teeny dusting. It's gonna be a dry winter, I guess. So you guys are getting slammed though. California's getting slammed. I don't know if you are, but
I'm not. We got a
no,
lot of rain here this past week, though. It rained like 5 days in a row, which is unusual.
that's what I'm talking about. Like the whole state's been getting slammed. Seattle's getting snow. I've been in Seattle during snow. It's kind of weird because they got like one. They don't know how to deal with snow there, so they got one snowplow for the whole freaking city. That's it. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And anytime just like one flake comes down, everybody calls in sick or I can't get out of my driveway. It's so weird. People know how to deal with it here. Oh man, happy holidays, happy what Festivus, Festivus, Jerry, happy Festivus.
Festivus for the best of us.
Yes, exactly. Chucky Chill, what's going on, Chucky Chill?
Chucky.
Yeah, let's see. Got former President Raymond Huffman here. Dave, is your last week doing Sunday options talk? No, it's not. It's going to probably be the very end of January. So January 30th will most likely be the last options live stream, at least on this channel. I need to focus on retirement and getting ready and AT and all that stuff. So that's yeah. Gerry, you want to talk about that at all, or what?
Yeah, I'm really considering continuing this on my channel, and possibly when Dave's on the AT, maybe if he's stopped in at a hotel on a Sunday, and maybe he'll stop in and guest appearance every once in a while. But we'll see. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't know if everybody's going to transition over to my channel. They probably won't, because that's just not how these things work for some reason. You don't just transition from one to another. It just doesn't seem to work. But I'd be willing to give it a shot, see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, yeah, hopefully everybody would transfer over, like when I get done with AT, I have no problem, coming back on or whatever. I don't know if I would want to do it permanently because I'd probably be in a different time zone. It might be tough, but definitely. I don't know if I can do it on the AT. If I can, I can. I just don't know how you I might not have a camera. I don't know. I don't know how to use a phone for a camera, Gerry, like you do.
I can show you that. That's easy.
Yeah, if it works. Okay, yeah, actually, I would be joining from a phone though. I wouldn't be actually on a computer, so that'd be a different thing. But
well, I'm on a phone right now.
yeah, I think I just put StreamYards on there. Wait, you on a phone? Aren't you on the laptop or at a computer though?
My camera's on the phone.
Yeah, but I would be on a phone, no laptop, for everything.
I think that still works.
Yeah, I think so. Anyways, so that's the answer to that question. Merry Christmas. What's going on, Brian Peterson? Merry Christmas to you too. Happy New Year. Yeah, we're gonna have to say Happy New Year this week, Gerry, because otherwise we'll miss it.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Yeah. Going on, Rebecca. Almost 2022. You believe that? This is the quickest year ever. Of course, every year goes quicker because it's like a roll of toilet paper. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, man, Gerry, 47 this year.
Every year goes faster and faster, man.
Yeah, that's scary. I mean, folks, I know all the younger folks are just like, they had all the time in the world, but it goes by fast, and the biggest gift that one of the grandpas gave me anyway, is he told my dad, is like, I can't believe it's over. And that's what he said on his deathbed, basically. I can't believe it's over already. And he was like 70 something. He died pretty early, but so yeah, definitely, learn options. I'm glad you're here. Glad everybody's here and hanging out in the Discord, learning options, because this is honestly a gateway, a ticket, a fast way, one-way ticket to early retirement, in my opinion. It'll definitely help you get there. Yeah. And then you'll have more time to do whatever you want to do, because life is more about just work. And honestly, the people that say, I'm not ever going to quit working, I'm going to work till I'm 65, I'm like, I love work, do they really love work? Or are they just saying that because they can't retire early?
Yeah, I would imagine the majority of people, if given a choice, they would choose not working.
And we can see that in the unemployment numbers right now. So welcome, Rebecca. Adarock's going on, Adarock's. Happy holidays to you as well. Pumpkin Man. See, good evening, everyone. Go Michigan State Spartans. Is that what it is? Spartan, yep. That's, oh yeah, Michigan State. I was going to say that's college. Finally, Dave is paying his fair share. You trying to get me riled up over here?
I think so.
Oh, man. Do it, Gerry. Come on, just do it. Do it. Come on, do it. It's on my channel. I'll lose the subs, Gerry.
Just pay your fair share.
He doesn't say just. Oh, man. He did get... Does anybody watch The Address on Tuesday? vilifying all the unvaccinated people. Man, what weird. He got very strange. Did you watch it at all, Gerry?
I didn't watch any of it. No.
Oh man, he got very odd. Like he's like sitting there and he's like, what do you say? It's immoral and it's wrong. Like that's how he talked. It's like, oh my God, it's scary. But he did give a shout out to Trump, for getting the booster and all that crap. So it is what it is. Saying stuff like that. Hey Trump, hey thanks for getting the booster and getting this vaccine out. In record time, actually helps. I think. It really does.
It would help him because his numbers are horrendous.
Oh, they are. They're super horrendous. All right, GW looks like Suave tonight. What does he not look like, Suave? And not just tonight. He's glowing. Sven, what's going on, Sven? Or is it Sven or Spen?
It's because I got a new light.
He's got a ring light.
Lighting is different. I got a new chair. Feels good. I got a mic stand.
He's got a makeup light. Did CW get you any eyeliner or any, foundation or anything, or what?
She got me some powder. I'm not messing with that today.
Evening, Sven. What's going on here? Senator Pocahontas Karen Warren would be proud of you for paying your fair share this year. Ugh. I'm paying beyond my fair share.
Come on.
Way beyond it. And I see a dime. I never see a dime back, ever. That's my issue with it. That's my issue with the spending plans, the Brokeback Mountain plan, or whatever the heck they're doing. It's just, when I hear about everything that's in it, because he talks about it, he promotes it, right? There's pre-K in there, there's childcare in there so people can go back to work. I'm like, all right, none of that helps me. None of it. Zero of it. So it's socialism in my way, because all my money goes to that. It doesn't help me one bit. And you call me selfish if you want, but I pay a boatload of money in taxes, and I see zero of it ever back. It is what it is. Does the pattern day trader rule apply to options if you have a cash account with less than 25K? If assigned or a secure put sell a stock the next Monday, does that count as a day? The second part of the answer is, if you let me see, no. The second part of the answer would be no, because it has to be a round trip in the same day. But this first part, Gerry might answer that one, because I haven't had a small account in a while.
Yeah, the first part is a yes for sure. Less than 25,000, the pattern day trader rules do apply. I've been locked out once or twice, and it's not fun because you feel helpless.
Well, you just didn't did you do a free ride or whatever?
Yeah, you did a free ride, but if you
ignore
the warnings, yeah, you'll get locked out.
The free ride's fine. You just don't want to make another. So the issue is you're technically trading on funds that haven't settled yet. That's the issue.
Right.
That said, I opened a new IRA this week, and it was with Schwab, because I'm getting ready to roll a 401k in there once I quit. And guess what? They gave me limited margin in there, and it's a retirement account. They gave me level 2 options, which technically is like I think it's level 1 for some other places, but so it's limited options, limited margin in there, which means that the cash settles right away. You still have that 25K in there, but it's not, but you can't use margin though. But it settles right away, but you can't, it's not a margin account though, right?
Right.
So that's kind of interesting, because I have a solo 401k, which is a retirement account with Schwab. I can only get level 0, and it's not, they won't let you have anything beyond level 0, and they won't let you have limited margin. So not every retirement account is created equal.
Correct.
I'm an equal opportunity person, Gerry. Let's see here. When you sell covered calls on SPY, do you go out like 0.2, 0.1, or 0.05? Not too much premium out there. Well, I don't know. It may not be for you, Mark Ryan, but the premium is perfectly fine for me. Honestly, you're right though. The premium is not that good, but I did about point. I don't know. I really probably should put Delta in here, but I have it's roughly about 11% probably in the money. $200 I got for that in premium. It's a 420.
For
So
a
what is
put,
that?
he's talking about calls.
Yeah. Why would I do a
Calls aren't
call?
as good.
Calls are definitely not as good. Is he saying call? Sell covered calls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Oh,
really going
covered
to depend.
call.
Yeah, it's going to depend on what you want to get out of it, right?
Yeah.
What your
Like
cost base is.
if you can do one at like a .9 delta to get out of it, why wouldn't you do that? Well, I don't know. Because if it could run up, you lose money out. But I mean, you're not really. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Gerry. It depends on what your strategy is, I guess. My thing is I would want to make money, but I'd also want to get out of it too. So I'd probably be a little bit more aggressive on it for me anyway. William, I am thinking that Dow might be putting in a base here around 53. Are we talking about Dow Jones? Or are we talking about the Dow and the Dow
The
company?
stock, DuPont, Dow.
I know that
Dow
Devo
DuPont.
managers have covered calls. Yeah. What have you been looking at Devo every day? See what they got on? Let's see here. Let me pull up Dow. Oh, Dow. That's a dividend company, man.
Yeah, that's a big dividend too, 5%.
Yeah. You might let's see here. Dow. Ooh, Dow. I like it. I like it where it's at. So is he talking
Yeah.
about cover call 53? So you're doing a cover call 5750.
Are you saying Devo has covered calls? Yeah, they're January 21st. Well, it's got earnings on the 27th, so
I think it's a good move. 5750, it's right up there, right just above the 50 pyramid average. I think it's perfect. I think it's a good play. See, that's why we're in Devo. Devo knows what they're doing.
yeah. Yeah, I like Dow. I always
I
have.
don't know what your average is there, William, but I mean, if you can get out with a profit and make money at the same time, I like it. I don't know what it's going to do this week, but it's above the 20 and it could make a run up to that 50 this week. I think Clorox had a move up too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look here. No, Clorox had a bad week. Never mind.
That's
What else?
surprising. That's surprising to me because I mean, with the COVID thing, that thing ran up so freaking hard, and now that
Well,
it's kind
Omicron.
of coming back, right? That this like no participation.
Yeah, well, Omicron. The big news came out last week, not the week before last, right? So it did run up a little bit, but it looks like it's technical. What other stocks moved a lot last week? Darn it! Every time I look at them and down there, I'm like, oh, look at this one. I got to bring that one up on Sunday, and I always forget. I should probably start making a list or
Um,
something.
the food stocks. I was talking about food stocks. Look at Procter and Gamble. That's
PG.
not food stock, but it's kind of. I mean, you know what I mean. Household goods and stuff.
PG is pretty much. I wonder if that's an all-time high. It's definitely up at 52-week highs, but I wonder if that's an all-time high. Let me take a look at a monthly here. Yeah, it hasn't been this high in 10 years, so I know PFE's freaking been on fire too. Of course it's on fire once I sell it.
Yeah, so that's
Um,
why I'm wondering. Even Bristol Myers. That's why I'm wondering about Baba. Since you got out of it, it might be time to get in.
for sure.
Yeah.
I might throw a put on Baba now that I'm out of this stupid thing. Actually, I kind of wait maybe though. Try to keep that wash rule out of the rules, but why do I say that? Why do I need to get in these individual stocks, Gerry? Sometimes I just like to throw a couple in there. I don't know. So you got any Smith and Wessons and Camping World on, or any Vizio or anything like
I
that?
still have Camping World on. I still got I own 100 shares of Vizio. I don't have anything exciting on. I haven't put, let's see. I sold some covered calls. That's really it. Still got my big lots on.
So are you in danger in anything of just continuing to go down? You might have to do the stock repair strategy or what?
Not yet. I screwed up on Stone. That's the one I'm on down biggest on. Stone, that Brazil fintech thing that Warren Buffett owns. On Friday, I knew I was going to get a sign. It was a 20 put, right? Absolutely. Of course, I'm going to get a sign. So I was like, okay, let's see where we're at. At about 10:30 or so, I sold the covered. I sold a strangle. And 10:45, something happened, and that sucker just shot up like 10%. And it's like I sold the covered call for like 35 cents. And I looked 15 minutes later, and that same covered call is selling for like $1.30. I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. But I'm not really too worried about too much stuff.
Well, shout out to whoever brought up CCL last week, and we all said, "Oh, that's pretty aggressive." It is what it is. They had a magnificent week. What can we say? Went up all the way to over $21 last week. So shout out whoever that was. I don't remember who it was.
Wonder if they're going to have a little issue because they have that who was it? Norwegian Cruise Line ship that's got everybody having COVID.
I don't know. I know that the cruise lines they're being more strict with them for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, Gerry and I were talking about this last night. I was upset that we had like pre-pandemic levels of people flying over this holiday because I don't know. Maybe people don't like my logic, but my logic is you're pretty much you're what's the word I'm looking for? You're condoning what they're doing by supporting it.
You're validating.
Right? By wearing masks and freaking hot on planes and then in airports and all that stuff, by having record people flying. It's like, oh, well, let's just keep the mask on. It's not hurting our flying, right? So what I was saying is everybody should not fly at all. And then be like, you know what? Well, we should get rid of the mask mandates. And guess what? People come back. But anyways, that's just my logic. It's stupid logic. Don't get me wrong. But that's just Dave. Because I'm not going to fly until the mask mandate's gone.
Well, I mean, it's true because, I mean, the consumer's in control.
Well, I know, but that's the problem is you got too many sheep out there that are just do whatever they're told to do, and they're just going to do it and support it, right? If nobody freaking supported it, nobody's going to do it. They're going to have to change it. We'll have to get rid of the freaking mask mandate, right? They're talking about forever, folks. They're talking about forever. Come on, really? Evening, Dividend Dogu. What's going on here? Dividend Dogu, double D. Still upset. Jack and the Crack is buying out Del Taco. Their food is going to suck now. Having been born and raised in California, I grew up on both of those. Okay. Now I've been going to Jack and the Crack. We used to call it JB for short since I was a little kid. Okay. My dad worked at Jack in the Box. Okay. When he was like a young college student. Okay. So it's in, I got some history with Jack and the Crack. And Del Taco, I mean, let's be honest, Gerry. Del Taco kicks Taco Bell's ass any freaking day of the week.
It does. It does. It's funny. When I was growing up, Jack in the Box was like, that was like the rich people's fast food. Like
it is pretty expensive fast food.
We only went to Jack in the Box when there was like excess money for some reason.
99-cent tacos for a long time until the horse meat scare and the E. coli issue shut a bunch of Jack in the Boxes down. And then they started doing 3 for $99. And now it's just standard 2 for $99. That's like that. I don't know if I haven't been to Jack in the Crack in years, but my guess is it's still 2 for $99.
It might be 2 for $1.29 now, or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. It could be. But you remember they don't have super tacos anymore, do they?
I don't think so. No.
No.
I want for some reason this came to my head over this weekend. I remember when I used to live up in Sacramento. Did you ever? I meant to ask you this last night. Did you ever go to Jim Boy's Tacos?
I don't. It doesn't ring a bell.
Darn, man,
Where
those
were they
things are.
located at?
There were all over Sacramento, but I know there was one for sure in Roseville, but I forget what the streets actually were.
Jim Boys.
Um,
Doesn't ring a bell.
they've been around forever. I think they started in like Reno or something. But they made these tacos. They were very similar to kind of the Jack in the Box, like really greasy.
That's because, folks, they're deep fried tacos.
Yeah, but
They're very unique.
The Jim Boy ones would sprinkle Parmesan cheese on the crusty, greasy shell. Oh, it was so good.
Jack in the Box, honestly, they got away from their cheeseburgers with the secret sauce, which honestly they shouldn't have, because that was one of the best things they had. Like a regular cheeseburger that they had, with secret sauce on it, and I haven't been there in years though, but it's still honestly, it's always gonna be a special place in my heart though, Gerry, because I grew up going there.
Cheesecakes were good.
Cheesecakes, yeah, you're right, cheesecakes. Brings back memories. Del Taco, one of the very few places that actually has tacos and burgers. People don't really know that about Del Taco. But anyways, that's enough about those two. Let me see. They're buying out. So whose food's going to suck? Del Taco or Jack in the Crack, HB?
I think it's a good move for Jack in the Box.
Yeah. What ticker are they under? They're under some
Jack.
underlying company, aren't they?
No, it's just Jack.
Is it Jack? Oh, let's see. Let's take a look at Jack, Gerry.
And Del Taco is just taco.
Small company. It is what it is.
That's my kind of company.
Pays a dividend.
It's actually a good value.
It's got a little bit higher short float than what I would want, but it is what it is. They had that E. coli scare, which wasn't a scare, actually. I mean, they actually had E. coli or something. Yeah. And it shut a bunch of them down for quite a while. Caused a major issue with them back in, was that the 90s? Late 90s?
Or
early 2000s?
Could have been it was the 90s. Yeah, it was the late 90s.
Somewhere around there. And then there was also a rumor that they were using horse meat and stuff. Potato, right?
Close enough.
I mean, honestly, I've never had horse meat before, but I'm sure it tastes like meat. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Let's see. Hi, nice dividend portfolio. I am very impressed with your work. And let's see here. You are one of the best investors. Well, that's a great freaking compliment for Dividend Dugo there. You can go to his channel and give him praise. Go to Dividend Dugo's channel. Let's see here. Stocks only go up. That's why I'm stopped selling calls a year ago. I still think it could play a role. When you talk about cover calls, you're talking about wheeling. What are you talking about there? Let's see. We got here. Thank you, but I am a newbie compared to these guys making 3K on 80K with options is pretty amazing. Yeah, I know Dividend Dugo. He's talking about your actual dividend portfolio, though, not your options account. So We all got to start somewhere. So more trades and time and experience you get under your belt, the better off you're going to be and less mistakes you'll make. Let's see here. Travel drip. What the heck is that, Gerry?
What?
SWPPX.
Oh, I think that's the S&P 500 from, that'd be Schwab, I think. That's the index fund, index mutual fund, if you will.
Oh, I thought what is the VT Sachs? Is that?
That's Vanguard's version.
Oh, okay. Well, It is what it is. 28% for the year. Let's see here. I mean, I was looking at SPY earlier, and I think it was 20, roughly about 26. Let's take a look at the SPY. Yeah, we're 25.87. So we can. Who knows? I mean, we're not that far from a high. You know, we're at 49 minutes. Go ahead and get your votes in on the poll, and we'll look at it here in 10 minutes. Dave, GW 2024. GW would be better off running with DeSantis, I think. Let's see here. Freaking Matt Money. TQQQ. I looked in the Discord this morning and Matt was still in there.
He was still sleeping.
Yeah, he's still in there. TQQQ 100% for 2021. I don't know. Wait, really? TQQQ. I know it's had a pretty big move. No, that's not true. It's 82% year to date. So
we still got a few days.
What's that?
We still got 4 days.
You got 4 days, Matt. It could get there, honestly. It looks like it kind of flagged out. It might, if it tests 180 this year, in the next 4 days. So what's that? We're off. We're basically 10% from the high. So that really means what, about 3%?
So they could get there.
It could get there, especially if they revive the Brokeback Mountain plan or something like that, which hopefully they don't. But I'm ready to leave very soon. He just got here. He's got
had enough already.
Yeah, he's had enough. I'm probably going to go through the same thing. Not want to ever come back or just direct like. So I do that when I go back to California. I can't wait the hell to get out of that state. Every time I go back, I'm like, oh God, I can't wait to get out of here. It's like you get back into you get into Utah. It's like, oh, freedom. But I still honestly miss Balboa. That's like a place I used to grow up. Balboa Point, breakwater there. Let's see here. Brian Lee, what's going on, Brian Lee? Bruce Lee, what's going on? Let's see here. Long time no see. I bought a home in Anchorage. That's right. He's moving to Alaska, Gerry.
Yeah, he's going to be an Eskimo.
Have been busy wrapping things up in California. Selling houses in California. Let's see here. It's tough due to lack of buyers. Many moved to Texas and Florida. In addition to Nevada, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, Arizona.
And I know people that have moved to Tennessee, South Carolina, and Florida.
And Colorado. Yeah, lots of mass
actually
exit.
And one person I know moved to Oregon, which I thought was a weird move, but
because they actually think it's more free up there when it's just as freaking liberal. But as long as you're not in freaking Portland, you're fine, I suppose.
Oh, they moved to the mountains, so they're good, I think, for the most part.
Did you really had a hard time finding a buyer? Really? Wow. I don't know which part you're in though, Brian. That kind of makes a determination too, So because they talked about it on the news a few weeks ago, talking about, it was down like 20% or something, but people moving there or whatever. But there's still people moving there. I just don't know if people are moving. There's more people moving out versus moving in, or what?
Yeah, it's a net loss for California. It's a net loss for California and New York.
But I wonder if that's kind of their plan. Like, let's spread the cancer out to other states. Because not everybody that's moving out is, they're not all Republicans, right?
No, I mean the people that are moving out are fed up of the policies that they voted in, but they don't understand that. That's the problem.
And eventually a lot of them are going to vote for the same stuff to the states they're moving to. The good thing about some of the states that they're moving to is a lot of that crap won't even end up on the ballot because it won't ever come up. Some of the states anyway. Because California is the cockamania. They come up with the most cockamania stuff I've ever heard of. It's so weird. I don't even know how they can possibly come up with it. Like, they stick the dumbest people in a room and say, you know what? Give us your stupidest ideas. we'll stick them in a hat and we'll draw them out. You know, like it is. They don't even stick them in a hat. They just pick the worst ones, is what they honestly do. But anyways, it is what it is. Congratulations, Brian. You in the military? Was he in the military, Gerry?
I don't remember.
It's pretty rare for people to go up to Alaska unless they're in the military or something. You know what I mean? It's not very common.
You building a snowman up there?
Yeah, you better make sure you got the right rifles and all that. Watch out for those moose. They're more dangerous than the bears, but the bears are dangerous too. So be careful up there. Stay in touch with us too. We got a tiny little bit of snow. I don't know where you're at actually. Where are you located at, Dividend Dugo? You're probably in like Ohio or Michigan or something like that. I think that whole area got slammed up there. Fargo, yeah, that's it, up in that area. Fargo supposed to get 5 to 8 inches of snow. I mean, it's North Dakota.
Is that a lot?
Is that South Dakota? Fargo's North Dakota. That's all. I mean, you're up right at the Canada border, you know. That whole area is just getting slammed across the top. I'm sure Bonner's Ferry, you know, Whitefish.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that
Seattle's getting snow, Gerry?
Is 5 to 8 inches of snow a lot? I don't know.
It's not for us. I mean, it's not going to shut the city down. For some cities, it will, though. Like I said, 1 inch of snow in Seattle, the city shut down. So for us here, that's just a dusting. Not that we get a lot of snow in Denver, because we don't. A nice 5 inches of snow is just a normal snowstorm here in Denver. It's not going to shut the city down. I'll go out to Whole Foods. Matter of fact, I prefer to go out with that amount of snow because a lot of people won't be on the roads, and I don't have to deal with them. I got a 4-wheel drive. I don't give a shit. Don't be the last one leaving California, Gerry. Gerry.
We were talking last night. I'm definitely got my eyes peeled.
We found some houses in Tennessee where Gerry could live, not too far from where I would be on my 100-acre plot.
That one I was looking at, I showed you last night, though. I did the street view. It'd be kind of difficult getting an RV up there. It's a
I'm
very
sure you
steep.
can come up with something, Gerry.
It's a pretty steep driveway going up.
You haven't watched the bus monkey garage, Gerry, where he's going up these hills. Some of the stuff can't even make it up there. They got a boost leak. They got to come back down, fix the boost leak first. Last person, man. Well, he's not gonna be the last person. I can tell you that. My brother's still going to be there. Long past Gerry, probably. Gerry, you got a year or two, man. You got a 1 year. You got 1 year, and then you can get the hell out of Dodge if you want.
Yeah.
Maybe not even a year, really, if he's online.
Depends. Yeah, it depends. It's gonna depend. Everything's in like up in the air right now, so we'll see how the dummies work the mandates and all that stuff.
Yeah, what's gruesome? What's the latest news on gruesome?
I don't know. It's like nothing ever surprises me coming out of this state.
You should continue it. Yeah, he's talking about you probably, Gerry. Continuing the stream. I'll be there, Gerry. There you go. You got support right there, folks.
We got 2.
Got 2.
Oh, we got 3.
We got 2. I'll keep watching. You got 3. Yeah, you got David and Dugo. He'll show up.
We got 4.
You and Gerry can have different guests on and stuff, dude. Yeah. Let's see here. We got Merry Christmas, Dave and Gerry. Nice Christmas tree. Thank you very much. You talking about my Christmas tree?
I think he's talking about mine.
I'm talking about mine. Yours is lopsided, Gerry.
It is. Or is it the camera? I'm not sure. Is it me? I don't know.
Well, congrats for still having it up because I know that CW wanted to take it down. So what the heck? This person's still coming back with the same old bullshit? Block that person. Later. Let's see here. Evening dividend folks. What's going on, Tam? Evening to you. Out there in good old Florida. And Florida, honestly, it's not really a state I had really wanted to move to. I don't really want to be waterlocked on 3 sides. But it's definitely more appealing. It's more appealing than I thought it would be.
Which
You know,
one?
because
What are you
I've
talking
been
about?
all through there.
Florida?
Florida. But it's probably not.
It's becoming a huge freaking freedom state like Texas. Like Texas and Florida has really risen to the top.
Yeah.
What I mean is in perception. I don't mean in
Well, I mean,
actuality.
yeah. I mean, it's just because the governors in both states are pretty darn good right now.
Yeah.
But you know, Texas is not that far from being a purple state. It's very close.
It's watching that last map and looking at the numbers, I was like, oh, this is not good.
It's close. Like it's not. It is like 53% or something like that. It's in the low 50s, and you know, Tennessee's I think in the 60s, and Idaho's pretty darn red. But anyways, it's not all about red, but it's you know, it's the question is whether I just don't want to be in another state that's going to go purple and then eventually blue, because Colorado used to be red, right? So I don't want to be in a state that's going to do that. Anyways, we're already pissing Gerry off, I'm sure. Good evening. The Sandow Rally is defined as the 3 days before and the 5 days after. So far, 3 before are good. Wait, I've never heard of that before, so that's interesting. So guess what? This week counts as a Sandows Rally then.
I almost
5
called it
days
last
after.
week. I almost called it last week because I said we're going to have a down day and an up day and then a down day and then an up day, and I think I missed one.
So this is interesting for Gerry here. Gerry, is that training days? Because otherwise, January 4th counts too then. Because there's only 4 training days next week. Let's see here. Twizzle my nizzle. Good evening. Let's see. Merry Christmas, guys. Dave, can you speak a little as to why you want to do the AT, given that you could have a who? What's that mean? Given that you could.
He's finished it off 2 below.
Oh. Whole host of different adventures. I don't know. I like hiking, and I found the hike, and when I was sitting in a hotel room, you know, in a podunk little shitty town in freaking upstate New York, little town, folks. God. Anyways, I found the trail when I was in a hotel, and it sat on me. And honestly, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for finding the AT, because that really drove me to fire much sooner. Even find fire to begin with, actually, now that I think about it. So I can thank the AT for that. And guess what? That's my gift to myself. And that's the gift of the AT, you know, doing it. It's 5 months out of my life. I can always look back on it and think, you know, I mean, 5 months out of my life. I'm not going to be on there. I got no kids. I got no wife. Nobody wants to be with me. So why not do it? There's nothing stopping me from doing it. And it's a good way to get in shape too. You know, I mean, I'm not totally blowing up, you know, but, you know, I mean, I can lose some extra fat, you know, and then I can go out of the country and sit on the beach when I'm done and recoup. So that's my thing. That just because I'm doing the AT doesn't mean I'm done with adventures. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Don't get me wrong.
Is it over 2,000 miles, right?
2,200, yeah. We're right around 2,200. 9 states, I think. 9 states? Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, that's I mean, it's my gift to myself, but what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. To go this far because it was the driving factor to not do it, it seems kind of weird to myself. Like it seems I would have an issue with that, I think. You know? So what are your top 3 stocks for 2022 and best options plays by company? I don't know. Gerry can start with that one before I get to the illogical. Yeah. I told you it was illogical.
3 stocks. I don't play big stocks, so I don't I do like the leaps that we bought. I'm holding on to them.
Which
That was
ones?
in the
You have
grab
Grab?
company. Yeah, I do like that. But other than that, I have no idea. I'd go for the Qs. That's what I would go for.
I don't think he's saying ETFs though. That's the problem.
That's the
And I'm just
problem.
not a single stock picker. I don't really care,
See, I'm a
especially
single
for
stock.
1 year. 1 year would be tough.
Yeah, I'm a single stock picker, but only because I want to play options on them. So
Yeah, well, he's basically asking you that though.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. Sheesh.
I'll answer for him. Smith and Wesson, Big Lots, Vizio, and Camping World.
I'm still big on Camping World and Winnebago. I think the travel stocks that are outside of traditional travel are going to be still in favor for sure.
Until when?
Until that's the thing. Are
It's a
we ever? I
bubble.
mean, if it's going to be forever mask, right? Then it'll probably never end.
Well, it's not forever masks. They're talking about forever masks on airplanes and airports.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's traditional travel. So if you're talking camping, that's not traditional travel. That's what I mean. The more they do that, but I guess you can come to a point where, it's going to max out, right? So where does that point come?
That's true. That's true. Then you got the used market too, because people die off. A lot of people that have RVs are old, and they all die off. So you're
But the
right. Unless
age,
what's that?
yeah, the age of the buyers since 2020 has plummeted big time.
Well, another weird thing is do all these people that have these RVs are they nomads or do they actually still own a house?
Most of them still own a house.
Okay, does that make sense? Because I always have an influx of freaking housing, right? You know what I mean?
Right. Now, problem is, like you said, the used market might, because if a lot of these people, if traditional travel comes back, that's going to kill this camping area because they're going to go back to traditional travel. And then it's going to be good for me because all these people will be flushed out of the market and I'll be able to buy a cheaper RV and the places I want to go won't be so crowded.
The thing is what we need to have happen. Well, I don't know if we need it to have happen, but some people are waiting for this. Is we needed 2008 to happen again, where both housing and RVs crashed, right? But if I think of houses crash, then people will probably buy more RVs like they did this. Of course, houses didn't crash this time. I don't know. It was very, nobody can really come to a consensus on how this happened. Why so many people bought RVs. They still own a house though. It's just odd because it seemed like they'd want to be more of a nomad, reduced expenses and all that. They work anywhere.
You would think that. I mean, there's a lot of that going on for sure. A lot of that going on.
Tiny homes.
But you're talking, a lot of these people, got away. They probably used to be Disney fans. They can't go to Disney no more because, they have to do this or they have to do that. But they can go to their campground or they can go to a state park or something like that and just chill out without any problems. So it really depends on how much of an issue it is going to be to do these traditional entertainments. Like I probably never get on a cruise ship ever again, the way it's looking like.
Well, it depends whether or not they finally. The country's moved on, but it's just the politicians that haven't. That's the problem. And
They're
they
going to
create the
have to keep.
fear and all that, so keep pushing it on, pushing on, pushing on, pushing on, pushing a rock, pushing a rock, pushing a rock. So I don't know how long they're going to continue that. They're going to probably continue it on as long as they possibly can because they're making money, right?
Exactly.
So, but we have the power to stop them, folks. And then to follow what Gerry's basically saying, it's not really illogical in my opinion, but because I don't really know exactly what you're talking about. Are you saying that, are you saying that if everybody just stopped flying, that they wouldn't change their ways? I I don't really know what you're trying to respond to there, though, Gerry. We're the ones that are supporting them doing what all the stuff that they're doing. We're supporting that. We're making them. We're allowing them to do it. You know what I mean? You got the Southwest freaking CEO saying, "Oh, we don't need masks," and I agree. We don't need masks. You want to wear one, wear one. But I don't want to wear one. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's what I never got. Right? I never got the everybody wear mask thing. Okay, but if we only need, like, if me and you were in a room, right, and we both had COVID, or one of us had COVID, only one of us really need a mask.
That's Gerry. Don't use logic. Okay, that's the problem. You're trying to use logic, Gerry. Don't use logic. You're protecting the other person, Gerry, by wearing a mask. Look, this is the most dividing thing I've ever seen beyond politics. Of course, it is politics creating it, but this is like, it's the politicians that are creating the divide, though, because they're pitting people against this. Come on, I'm just over it. I'm over it. Look, Omicron is not more deadly. You know, it's like a small little upper respiratory infection. When you do get it, it's not more deadly, but they're trying to make it seem like it is and get people scared and all that crap. There's a lot of people that are just over it. Anyways, we're probably pissing a bunch of people off. Let's see here. I've been thinking of buying into GEM ETF for international exposure. They have decent exposure to Baba, Tencent, Samsung. Let's see here. TSMC. Is it too early to get into Baba and Tencent? I don't know. That's the $1 million question right there. That's a $7,400 loss on my side question right there. I love Samsung. I would definitely invest in them because I just love them. I love all their products. They make way better products than Apple do, in my opinion. So just me. So Gerry, you know GEM at all?
No, but I don't think it's too early. I mean,
well, it's a crapshoot.
There's a risk for sure, but I mean, if you're the buy when there's blood in the streets kind of person, then buy it.
I don't know. You might want to wait until some shit gets settled. I don't know if I'd touch Tencent ever, but Baba, on the other hand, is a different question. What's the other one? TSMC, is that the semiconductor or whatever?
Yeah, that's strong. Taiwan Semiconductor.
Yeah, that's probably a fine. Tencent, I don't know anything about. Gerry does. I don't. Baba is probably fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm out. I'm out of that. I think
it's a decent ETF. Just looking at its surface level.
Let me see GM here. I don't know anything about it. Why would you get in that one versus like VWO or VXUS or something?
Yeah, it looks like you might. Are you looking? It's emerging markets. That's probably why.
So
are you trying to play China? See, I guess that's the thing. Are you trying to play China, or are you just trying to play international? Well, I guess you just said it, international exposure. So
VWO is emerging markets. I don't know if VWO has those stocks in there or not, but somebody asked me that in the comments not that long ago, asking me why I don't have international exposure, and my response was because most international does whatever we do. When we're tanking, they're tanking. When we're in the toilet here and we have a bear market and a recession, they're in a recession. So unless you can find a market over there that's tanking for some other reason, maybe there's some opportunity there, but I'm not going to mess around with it. Definitely China, because China is at the liberty of whatever Xi Jinping wants to do, the CCP. I'm not going to play that game over there. You could have played, I guess, the Brexit or something, and I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, you can go look at. I kind of agree. If you're going to play international, go look at spots like what countries are having issues, right?
But you need to find out what the issue is and
What
why,
the issue is. I asked you
temporary.
last week too, because Turkey, TUR, they had an issue of some sort. Would have been actually a nice pickup, but they're having inflation issues and all that stuff. So you really need to look at it. Brazil is another one. So it's, I don't know. It's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, I think you look for some hot spots and play it that way. But why would I invest in like a VWO or a gym when I can just stand in the stocks here and just outperform those? So I don't know.
Well, you got to think about a lot of our companies are international companies to begin with. So
True. Yeah, a little exposure. Yeah, that's pretty much. I think we beat that one dead horse to a pulp.
probably.
We're not even supposed to be having this live stream. Sorry, that was a line out of Biden's line. That's what he said last week, Gerry. We're not even supposed to be having this press conference. So I just cracked my ass up. Let's see here. I had held Tencent for years. I would buy more in the 50s. That's Tencent. What's the ticker on that, Gerry?
TCEHI, I believe. Yep.
TCHI?
EHI. TCEHI.
Not in FinViz. Is that the American market?
What is the market? It's over the counter primarily.
It's not Tencent Music, is it?
No, it's Tencent Holdings.
Yeah, it's not on FinViz.
It's over the counter.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, I'm not touching it. That's me. Let's see here. I had about 8,000 shares. I sold some in the 60s to buy a house. Good timing. So I just don't really do stuff like that anymore. I'm a little more calculated. I got to block this person. I'm just a little more calculated now. I'm all about capital preservation, solid investments, not really any spec shit. I'm ready to get out of Dodge. So congrats. I hope you made it. So you bought it in the 50s, sold in the 60s. That's pretty damn good money there. You have to pay long-term capital gains or short-term. They are about to dole out some crazy high amount of JD stock as a special dividend. What's that? Jack Daniels?
JD.com?
Oh, is that isn't that the freaking Chinese company?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them these stocks like this pop up in my daily movers every day. JD's on there, PDD's on there, freaking DD Doodoo's on there. It's like every day they're on the top movers list, either on the green or the red.
Yeah. Well,
Tencent's
a huge company. They own parts of JD, so I think they're selling off. I think what he's saying is they're selling off some of their investment in JD.
Didn't JD just? There's some news on them last week. Sinks after Tencent divests. Yeah, there's some definitely news on them that kind of affected all the Chinese stocks, but it doesn't look like the chart. I mean, not the chart. The numbers don't look bad at all, actually. It's got a low PE. The market cap looks good. They're making money. Making a lot of money. The short float's a little higher than what I want, but it's pretty darn good. It's just because it's Chinese. That's the problem. You see, Baba's still the king of the jungle, though. $320 billion. Forward PE is less than 2, Gerry.
Dang, down 53%.
Yeah.
For the past year.
That's I don't know. I think that's going to be an investment of a lifetime right there. It really is. It's just, when do you get in it? When do you? When? I mean, it's just
You're at the whim
could
of
go down to 85. People are calling for it going down to book. Probably just because they're short and they're greedy. But In your opinion, account, do you, let's see, in your options account, do you keep the balance in stock or cash? You need cash or margin to back up selling any puts or calls. Mine's all cash. I don't have any stock in my options account. I think that's pretty much the same for Gerry. You know any? Well, you do still own some stocks right now, but
Yeah, I'm about 10% roughly in stock, 90% cash.
that's just because you got assigned stuff.
Yeah.
If you weren't assigned anything, you wouldn't be in any stock, right?
Right.
Thumper actually he owns some stock that it's not for wheeling either, right? Like Newsy or something
Yeah, he owns some stuff, and I might consider do some of that. I don't know. We'll see.
down the road. You just
Yeah.
got added Newsy. What are you talking about?
No, I just like you said. I mean, if there's excess income that I need for the month, I might as well just buy something with it.
There you go. You're trying to get that income, that dividend income come dividend income to come up so you can buy a house, Gerry?
Yeah, I mean, it's I need to qualify for a mortgage without a job. How do you do that?
I've never seen that, so it was interesting. He said basically the whatever he found it says dividends and interest income count towards qualifying for a house. Options income probably doesn't.
Options income does not.
But I'll tell you what options income can do. It can make you enough money to pay cash for the house if you wanted to
Quite
go that
possibly.
route. Especially where you're looking at, Gerry. You
Yeah,
know?
true.
I still wheel and sell covered calls in my OSC. We're already an hour and 20 minutes. Let me look at the poll before I get to former President Raymond Huffman here. Let's see here. Where's the poll? Go and vote. Get your vote in. Let's see here. Where the heck am I? Oh, it's over here. All right. 78 votes. Got 78 votes in there. Do you think the S&P 500 makes new highs to finish 2021, which technically means the next 4 days? Do you think the S&P 500 will make new highs? And as before, I'll give you a little context here or whatever. We are 0.62% away from new highs.
Why is it 4 days? Are we closed on Friday?
Aren't we closed on Friday? I don't know if we are. I don't think we are, actually, now that I think about it.
No, I don't think so.
Let's see here. We're closed on Monday. Damn, not this Monday, next Monday. You're right. It might be 5 days, huh? Sweet. Yeah, I don't think the market to be closed. It might close early though.
That it might.
Yeah, it might close early. I pinned them, but I have to go look. If anybody's in the Discord, find that pinned message I put in the general. I think I put it in there. Let's see here. We look at the votes. 79 votes. So 77% of the people thinks we make a new high this week. The question is do we close at a new high and leg up? That's not the question, but that's kind of a question. It's a follow-up question. So do we make a leg up and we actually touch that upper trend line, which is at 480? Do we touch 480 on this next push? If we don't make if we make a new high and we trade back down, that's a triple top. And a triple top's kind of bad, but even a double top's kind of bad. But so I think we're actually leg up, Gerry. What do you think?
I don't see why we wouldn't. I mean, every time we talk about this, I always hear you always hear every week, oh, the S&P's overvalued or market's too high. You hear it all the time, and it's like it never, okay, we had March 2020, but then that was short-lived. So does that even count?
You're right. You do hear that all the time. People on the sidelines, not investing, just can't wait for that market to drop, and guess what? They've missed out. They missed out. So let me look at it one more time here. 79 votes still. Yeah. So, we had a couple of votes for no, which, it's 0.62% away. That's, I mean, we're already, never mind. We're basically flat right now. So, thanks for everybody for voting on that. Still, if anybody literally has a question they want me to put out there, because I kind of have an idea what I want to put out there next week, but if you really want me to ask a question for the poll next week, you can put it in the comments of this live stream when it's done. Put it in the comments. Still wheel and sell calls on my options account or in my options account, but I no longer. I got feedback, Gerry. Is that your side?
Shouldn't be.
It's weird. Just popped out of nowhere. All right, let's see here. But I no longer sell covered calls in my stock portfolio, and I ended up just buying the stocks back at a higher price. That's kind of what I ended up doing too. It wasn't in my options account though. It was in my, the dividend stocks accounts and all that. And honestly, the same thing happened in my my Schwab account where I had covered calls against the Qs and it ran way up, and I didn't really have to worry about taxes, but I missed out on a big move up. So it is what it is. He's not asking any questions here, is he?
No.
There you go. Let me see. I end up doing, yeah, okay. Just moved from California to Washington. Having worked in Washington for 4 or 5 years, we're at in Washington. So I'll tell you, it's pretty. That place has turned to Seattle anyway. Seattle's turned to shit. I can't really even explain it. I've never seen so many homeless people in my life. Or, I mean, I know California has the same issue, but they just the government, Gerry, up there is just really turned Seattle to a shithole.
I have a homeless camp. I have a homeless camp right across the street from my house. There's a field.
That's the camp?
Yeah, they're camped right behind someone's house. And the crazy part is they put up a fence around their camp.
I'm like, locking them in.
No, they assemble their fence around their house.
You got to do something with these people. There's not enough shelters to put them in. I mean, they got to go somewhere. And when I was working in Seattle, I used to, stay in a hotel right downtown. And I lived in it for 6 months out of the year, and I see so many homeless people. I gave them food. I gave them money. I gave them whatever the heck they wanted other than freaking drugs and syringes. Of course, they get the syringes for free, and they just leave them in the streets. But the thing is what I don't understand is because the weather in Washington is really bad. You got about 3 or 4 months out of the year where it's actually pretty darn nice there. And it gets dark early, 4:30, and it's dark, right? 4:30 in the afternoon, it's dark. And it's, overcast. It's windy. It's rainy. It's snowy this weekend. Why the heck would they stay there when they can go somewhere else?
Yeah, it's tough.
It's not like they have any family there or anything. I mean, I've seen just, a lot of them honestly are just mental. There's some mental issues with them, but I just don't understand it. If I was, homeless up there, I'd be moving to a freaking state that was warm.
Well,
I'd be going to Florida or something.
Well, that's why a lot of them moved to California. The weather and all the programs and stuff that they can take advantage of. So that's why our homeless population is increasing so much.
Yeah. California would be tough because you're like fighting for space there to be homeless, We apparently have a lot of homeless here too in downtown Denver. I've never seen it. Of course, I haven't been downtown Denver in a long time. The last time I went to the airport a couple of years ago, there was some under the bridge on the way to the airport and stuff. But supposedly it's bad here, but it's not as bad as what I saw in Seattle. I mean, they have like Saigon camps or whatever. I mean, it's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just camps after camps, and they're huge. They call them like, I forgot what they call them. When they call them something over there, but what's going on, Dan? Happy New Year to
Happy
you
New
too,
Year.
Dan. What's that?
Happy New Year,
Happy New
Daniel.
Year, Dan. What do we got here? Anchorage is pretty modern, not as rural as you heard around. I would recommend both of you take a trip up here and will change your minds. A lot of people with common sense. I would love to go. I want to drive the Alaskan Highway up there from all the way up. I want to take the RV up there though, when I actually have an RV, for sure. I don't think I would want to live in Anchorage though, but I would definitely want to live in like a smaller town or something. Um, maybe that port. What's it called? They made a port whatever. They made a show out of it.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty darn extreme though, living out there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's extreme. You got to get a boat. You got to be in a boat to get up there, and yeah, it's extreme.
What is it? There's that other show that I used to watch when I used to watch TV. Ice Road Truckers.
Ice Road Truckers. Is that in Alaska? It's not Alaska.
I thought it was.
No,
Maybe it
isn't
is.
that up in the? Isn't that up in like Canada?
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, that's a
But
good
it's the same
one.
type of freaking. I wouldn't want to be there in the winter.
Yeah, I don't think it's much. It's like going to Iceland in the winter or in the summer. It's not really. It's not much better.
Yeah.
It's still ice. It's still snow. It's still whatever. It's still cold. But anyways, I'm sure it's a little better. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. I mean, it's the last frontier. I think it's really the only state left where you can actually go up there and still claim land because there's enough land up there where, and honestly, at this point, you probably got to go out into BFE to claim something, but you could still, I think, claim land up there. I just don't know if you want to be out that far. Been to Alaska. It isn't too bad. There you go. I've never been up there. Add me in. Do it, Gerry. Talking about the stream?
I think so.
All right. You got almost everybody in here. It's already signed up, Gerry. I'll keep watching this on Gerry. There you go, Gerry. They've pretty much all signed up. Size matters when it comes to Christmas trees. Should have put that in the next comment down. Size matters when it comes to Christmas trees. There you go. Dan's always making jokes. Yes, Gerry, please continue. I will be there. There you go. Let's see here. Be investor. Run puts and cover calls against queues 3 times a week. That's my type of guy right there. A guy or girl. I don't know if it's a dude or a man or a woman or a pronoun. Let me see here.
Investing.
Yeah, let's cover calls. So you wheeling there? Be investor?
So you own and you sell puts to own more and you sell covered calls.
Yeah, it's
wheel.
kind of wheeling in a way, right?
Yeah.
The wheeling makes sense though, kind of on those. You want to be more aggressive, right? You just kind of daring the market to go down. I think the 0.2 delta is perfect for me. You're gonna make pretty darn good money, but it's not all. It's very 20% of the time, Gerry. It's gonna get put to you. What's Gerry busting our balls on now here? Yes, trading days. There are okay. Is it closed early? Market's open Friday. Was it closed early though on Friday?
It might not. I don't see why they would close early if Monday's the holiday.
Well, because the real holiday is on Saturday. Kind of makes sense that they close early because they always use an excuse to close the markets early and stuff.
Well, yeah, but it actually doesn't make sense to me at all that they're closed on Monday and not Friday.
So what you're saying is they should have closed Friday.
They should have closed Friday.
I'm glad they closed it on Monday instead. I get another day off.
I actually I wish they wouldn't have closed either one.
I get a day off in 2022 that I don't have to use vacation for. So there you go. And New York City here.
Get a rope.
Wow. There's a lot of people moving out of New York. Ton of
New
people.
York City. What's that from?
This doesn't mean New York City. What was that? Barbecue sauce?
Was it salsa? I think it was paste pecani sauce.
You're right. It might have been salsa.
New York
this doesn't mean New York City. Oh, everybody turns and looks at him. Yeah, you're right. It was salsa. Dave, let's see here. Preserve, love, life, happiness. Pursuit to happiness. Dave, tell us about your day trading days and why you quit. Oh, man. We don't have enough time. I've day traded stocks. I've day traded futures. I've day traded options. I've dabbled in a lot of stuff. Kind of like my IT career, honestly, because I've done a lot of different hats with IT career too. But it's just the way I am, because all those things combined together just makes you a better investor. I know, how the futures work. I know how day trading options work. I know how swing trading works. I know how I even played the Forex, blew up my account. It's the only account I've ever blown up in my life. And all that stuff just makes me better. That also is the making of a dividend investor too. It's how dividend investors come about, because they can't make it as a day trader because it's too much freaking work. It's too hard. It's too hard emotionally. I don't know. Why would you want to? I don't know if you're going to do it. I'm just saying, try it. It's not easy. And then you always think that when you watch a YouTube video and they're looking at some indicator, and it's like the MACD or whatever. This is the reason why you're not freaking making money. You need to learn the MACD. Then you go learn the MACD and then find out you still lose money. And you got to go look at the RSI. You still lose money. You start looking at the Fibonacci's, right? And you still lose money. Then you start popping up stochastics and you start losing money. You look at a chart and you lose money. But it's an emotional roller coaster. That's what's hard. It's all about the emotions. If you can keep your emotions in check, you'll probably be fine. But it's not easy to do. And when you get into something, you're wrong, right? Well, then you freaking reverse it and go the other way, and you're still wrong. That plays in your head after a while. And then you start reverse psychology yourself. Okay, I'm going to go long here. So if I'm going to go long here, I'm going to go short instead, right? And then you're wrong still. So sell options premium. That's the good game. That's the game. That's the key to success right there. Sell options premium. Put everything in your favor. Put the things, the direction, the stock, and the timing all in your favor. And let the idiot on the other end that's buying that thing, put all those things not in their favor. You're going to win. You're going to be the one that's winning.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. That's it. That's my spiel. I highly recommend you go look at my Fannie Mae, FNMA stock video that I did. Where I lost 30 grand in, was it 30 grand? 30 grand in 5 hours or whatever it was. So go watch that video. Value or growth stocks for 2022? Didn't we ask that last week or something, Gerry?
Yeah, we asked that last week, and I just told Gerry that I'd pick QQQ for 2022, but I said last week that I would pick value, so that doesn't fit.
We both agreed on value last week. That was the poll. Tommy, that was the poll for last week, by the way. What went out was a value went out, right?
Value went out, yeah.
Yeah. Growth stocks 2022. Yeah, there's only a couple of growth stocks I actually would probably invest in. Amazon's a good one, for example. Probably Fuckbook, maybe. Not the biggest Fuckbook fan, to be honest with you, but you cannot deny that they make a boatload of money for nothing. Literally nothing. It's all
no
thin
product.
air. No product, really. It's all digital product, you know? I mean,
You are
Google
the
makes
product.
servers. They make phone. I mean, Google makes product, right? So I'm talking, Facebook really makes nothing. It's all virtual.
They got virtual reality now.
Okay, one product.
Yeah.
Value for me, Tommy. GW, does that include THO? Is that Thor?
That's Thor. Yes, it includes Thor. Some they might be pulling back here a little bit. So that includes Thor, Camping World, Winnebago, Polaris as well.
What do you mean by it includes? What are you talking about?
Just that alternative travel, alternative entertainment. You know, you got Polaris as well. What's another one? Oh, another one that I pounded the table on years ago, and it's still relevant, and I think it's still going to be continued to be relevant. Is a REIT. It's toppy right now, and that's ELS.
ELS.
ELS, Equity Lifestyle Properties. It's a REIT that owns campgrounds. They own Thousand Trails, and they also own mostly mobile home communities.
Sounds like a condom maker to me, but 15 billion. Yeah, it's definitely over. Well, I take that back. You can't go by the forward PE really either. You got to go by the AFFO. I don't know what the AFFO was on that without looking at it, but
they're toppy right now. It's pretty high, but
well, actually, I think all REITs are toppy right now.
yeah,
REITs have been on fire this year. This is the year of REITs. Where's Stag at? I take that back. OHI is not toppy right now. So OHI is actually, I don't know what's going on with OHI, but that one's
it's
had
medical. That's why.
Yeah, well,
Let's look. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I was gonna say, does MPW follow that? And MPW's up there, so I don't know what's going on with OHI.
HCP is another one, doesn't it? Let's see, HCP. Um, HCP. I thought it was HCP. Maybe that one got bought out or
I
went
think it's
away. That was
HP.
a Brett Owens company, Gerry, that he recommended.
Shoot, H.
Stag.
Oh, what was it? I don't remember.
Wait, what are you looking for?
That HPC. I remember what you're talking about.
It was HCP, I think, but it got bought out. I think it went away.
I think you're talking about Peak.
I don't know what it was. It was just it was one of those Brett Owens freaking REIT companies that he always, Anyways,
but yeah, that includes Thor, Polaris, Winnebago, Camping World.
So is that Thor the same? Is that the same Thor that makes motorcycle, BMX, motocross equipment and stuff like protective gear and stuff?
No. Thor's the biggest RV manufacturer in the world.
Is it THOR?
Yeah, Thor Industries.
With no E.
No E.
Pretty sure it's the same company.
Maybe.
Hey, you better do some research.
But yeah, but I wouldn't buy all of them because once one has a problem, they all do.
Oh yeah, be careful with that. My Wynn Resorts story, folks. Talked about it so many times. I was in Las Vegas Sands at the same time, pretty heavy in both, and I got my ass handed to me in both in 2015 when they both tanked because of the CCP. Are you down with me? You explained what you meant. There you go. You guys are my favorite red wingers. If you move from California to Connecticut, the only difference is the weather. Is Connecticut pretty pretty left?
There's parts of Connecticut that are extremely expensive.
Oh yeah, a whole New England area, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
New Hampshire's got New Hampshire's pretty free. It's got a free. Was it Keene? Is it Keene? Is it the county of Keene or whatever? It's like the
That
last
sounds
free.
familiar.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like free. It's all about freedom, right? So people go there, not get licenses and stuff, and then they get pulled over,
Yeah.
and then they end up getting, going to jail, and it's like, yeah, is it really free? I don't know. But Connecticut is it's pretty hardcore. Will I be going through Connecticut? Let's see. I think so, Gerry. I'll be going through. I'm starting in Maine, working my way back. New Hampshire, Connecticut.
So are you going to experience like extreme weather?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
So I'll be starting like my ideal day to start is June 1st in Katahdin. And hopefully I have a dry year. So far it's been dry, but I don't know how about the Northeast. But the whites, you can still get some weird weather in the whites that time of the year. And the whites they're not in Maine, but so I hit the whites in like the first week or two or something like that. And you can hit some crazy weather up there, 6,000 feet up, which is nothing. I live at 6,000 feet here, but I've seen people up there where it's like sideways wind, it's cold, it's snowy. So yeah, I'm not going to really finish until October, probably somewhere around there down in Georgia, and you can always have hurricane weather come up in that area.
Oh, so
They
it's
just
going to
had
be
a
hot.
hurricane, not hurricane. They just had tornado weather run up on through that area
It's going to be hot as hell when you finish then.
in October. Yeah, it'll be humid. Definitely be humid. And almost the whole entire hike will probably be humid. I lived in Maryland for a couple of years. It's humid. Like, I don't like humidity. We have zero humidity. I mean, not zero, but this humidity is so low here. People complain about that visit here. They complain about their skin cracking and stuff.
Oh, my skin, ever since I moved to out of the humidity of the Bay Area into the dryness of the Central Valley. Oh yeah, my skin's horrible.
Well, having lived in Half Moon Bay for 4 years, that's not humidity either. You really don't know what humidity until you go back east.
Oh yeah, but I'm
Florida,
talking.
Georgia,
Still,
you
you
know,
go. The Bay
New
Area
York.
was what 50% humidity was high, considered high, but
No,
here
that's low.
that's what I'm saying. Where I'm at, it's usually 10, 20 at the most. So it's different.
Yeah, I'm talking about a place where Diego Garcia was a good example. It's very humid there. Where's another place I've been where it's super humid? Because I don't sweat. I'm not a sweater, but I will sweat in humid weather if I'm like if I'm, running or something. I'll actually sweat. It takes humid weather for me to sweat, though. We're right wingers, Gerry. I'm Gerry. Let's put the record straight here. I seem very far right, but I'm really kind of a libertarian, okay? Let's not get it wrong here. But the thing is, I can agree with a lot of people on the left, but they have to be moderate, okay? They have to be like a Dave Rumid. They have to be like a Manchin, But when they start getting the crazy off in the weeds, that's where I have the problem, So anyways, Manchin, people are villainizing that dude on the left right now. Like this dude, he represents a state that's a red state, So
Yeah,
they've been saying some bad stuff about him, Gerry.
They want his head on the platter.
Yeah, but I can get behind a classical Democrat,
For sure. They're just so few and far between now.
That's the problem. Yeah. Even if Biden was actually moderate, I could probably support a lot of the crap he would probably do, but he's gone. There's no freaking such word or thought in his mind that's about moderate at all. Not to mention a bunch of other crap he's done that's shitty, but he has no desire to unite the country. For me, my 2022 picks are Ford, Affirm. Okay, I learned a little bit about Affirm. James Rowe talked about Affirm, said they worked with him a little bit. Good apple, Gerry.
I like the Ford pick.
I can't believe Ford's on the list. That's interesting.
I like the Ford pick.
Let's take a look
The
at Ford.
firm, I don't know. I don't. That's almost predatory lending, damn near. But I understand the purposes of it, and they need to make money. So, and good old Apple. My son got a new iPad, and it's pretty trippy because it's
From
like,
Apple?
yeah, it's like there's no, oh, they added this little piece that charges instead of having to plug it in. So there's a little magnetic piece that charges your pen, and it's like that's all they could come up with.
You're talking
It's
about like the
weird.
little minor change they make from
Exactly.
year to year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem I've always had with Apple. Not always. That's the problem I've had with Apple since Jobs died, basically. They don't innovate really at all. You can argue that all day long. If you're an Apple person, so be it. That's fine. It's just my thought. Do I still invest in them? Yeah, I do. I still have. It's probably my biggest return stock I've ever had because I'm not normally a buy and holder, but I just don't feel like they innovate really. Adding. Oh, guess what, Gerry? This new camera's got 30 more megapixels. There you go. It's a new product. Come out with a car. Come out of the car. That's an innovation. I'll never buy it, but I mean,
That'd be
that's
interesting.
innovating, right? Compete with Tesla. I'm not denying that it's not a freaking behemoth that they make a boatload of money. I'm not denying that at all. I'm just saying it's not one I would probably want to go with for like a 20 or 30-year hold for me. I would go with Amazon most likely for me. I don't see it with Ford though. Like I'm a big Ford lover. It's probably my best car manufacturer, honestly. I've owned a lot of Fords in my life. But I just know the history of that stock. It doesn't really, I don't see Ford going to $40 or anything like that.
I don't know. I think they're just getting started.
I hope. I'm wrong. I'd love to see Ford freaking take Tesla on and hand them their ass, on a platter, Yeah, look, let's just Tesla's not going to have fleet vehicles. They're not going to sell a bunch of fleet vehicles to police stations and stuff. I just don't think they're going to anyway. Of course, I don't know. Gerry, are you talking about selling puts on TNA Direction? Small cap 3X.
Absolutely.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Is that a problem, my grateful man? Yes, these old politicians need to retire. Yeah, we need to drain the swamp. Get rid of them all. Nancy Pelosi needs to go away. She's a better investor than Buffett. She's a better investor than Buffett.
How'd that happen?
Insider trading, Gerry. Insider trading. DCAN, buy in slowly if you fear it may go further down. Definitely DCA your way in. Don't just lump sum buy in because you're most likely going to get chopped up by that falling knife. I don't have a problem with falling knives personally, but you don't want to put your whole account in there. Also, take a look at Thumper's video that he did about repairing the wheel strategy. It's pretty interesting. I asked him a question on it. How is this different from a stock repair strategy? So it was a pretty interesting because you got the stock repair strategy and then you got his strategy. It's pretty interesting. Really, it's just selling another put down lower, which would average down, and selling a call at the same time. It's really, it's not really a repair strategy. It's just averaging down. If you don't get assigned, you have a call up there. I don't know. It's just really about turning that premium in. But anyway, take a look at the video. Give him some watch time. Mr. Orange. Orange is the new black. Let's see here. If you had to choose, would you rather have a fight with 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? I've never heard that. Have you, Gerry?
I never heard it either, but I guess it would depend on what weapon I had.
You don't have a weapon, Gerry.
Well, then I could probably
I would go with one horse-sized duck.
I'd probably go with 100 duck-sized horses. I could probably step on quite a bit of them.
Duck-sized horses. Why would you want to? I mean, do we have to kill it? Do we have to kill it, or is it just fight it? I don't know. Gerry, you got 100 ducks all picking at you at the same time? You think you can take on 100 at the
You have
same
100
time?
horses picking at you at the same time.
All you got to do is
Duck-sized
tip it
horses.
over. All you got to do is
One-
you put it in a freaking headlock. You're done. Put it to sleep.
A horse-sized duck. I don't know. I don't know if you can grab it.
It's a lot easier to take on one thing though than 100 damn things.
Yeah, I take that. I guess it would depend. Like I said, I don't know. I wouldn't want to do either one.
Just get that out of a fortune cookie. Jeez. It's like something out of a fortune cookie. Pics of the year, SHD and SCHG. I looked at SHG. Was that all just growth?
Yeah, it's growth.
Non-dividend?
There's little dividend.
I can get behind SHG. I'm not touching SHG. I'm just not. I'm at a different stage of my life right now. Eventually, I'll probably get into. I would just go into VTI or VU though, not 100%, but start feeding shit into there, right? Like, have all these settling ponds that drain into this pond, and this pond eventually drains into VTI and VU.
Dang, like 40% of their fund is Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and Google. 40%.
What was the holdings?
SCHD is SCHG is Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and Google. Those are the first five, and that amounts to over 40% of the fund.
Isn't that like, SP 500 basically?
Are they that high in S&P 500?
I don't think they're that high, but they're the top stocks up there.
Yeah, but the S&P 500, 12, 15, 16, they're 20%. So
it's probably not a bad bet. It's just not, I don't know. Fuck, Gerry. Fuck.
Like I said, what do you say? Everything's too high.
Because here's the thing is, if the market drops 40 or 50%, I'm going into TQQQ. I'm not going to go into SCG. Why would I want to do that when I can go to TQQQ? That's the plan anyway. I'll let you know how it works out. I'll let you know if I have to go back to work. Open Friday, Gerry. Open Friday, full day, bonds early. I want to fight 100 duck-sized horses. Guess what? At least you have 100 horsepower. I only have 1 horsepower. What the heck? Jesus, I've been blocking the heck out of these types of people too. You blocked this. Where are my freaking mods at? Dividend Drip, you're a mod. Sorry, Travel Drip, you're a mod. Block those people. Let's see here. I want to fight 100 duck-sized horses. LA has way more homeless than Seattle. Of course it does. But Seattle's got a lot. So, it's this. I saw from 2015 on, as I worked there from 2015 all the way through 2019, I've seen a major transition in Seattle. I must have saw like 100 buildings go up in that amount of time. Like that downtown got revitalized. They took so many old stores down that were 1 story and replaced them with high rises. It's just, and the homeless got ran out, they got ran out of the area. And they went to different parts of the area, and they try to get, the cops try to push them away, but they always just end up coming back, Gerry. Dutch Harbor. Yeah.
That's the ice road truckers, if I recall.
Dutch Harbor.
That sounds familiar.
Philly has homeless people on high-class heroin. What's high-class heroin, Jerry?
That's the government stuff. Government always has the best. Government always has the best drugs.
Philly. Yeah, Philly's in shambles right now. Lots of stuff going on in Philly right now. Didn't they have a mayor or something get attacked up there or carjacked?
Yeah, I think I was reading about that.
Yeah, smash and grabs, carjackings, to the same day or whatever. Two mayors or two I don't know, two political people or whatever. You know, and I think they still didn't they blame it on something else. They still didn't blame it on lack of funding for cops or anything. They still blame it on something else.
Yeah, they can't blame it on that because they were pushing that. So
there's homeless people on high class heroin. Our dickhead liberal mayor loves them. That's the best line of the night.
Can we pin that?
I can favorite. Let's see here. Heroin. Fentanyl's the issue, man. Damn that fentanyl. There's enough fentanyl in this country to kill everybody in this country, isn't it? Jeez. Doesn't even take a lot either. That's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, if you have kids that are growing up and they're just not around that age yet, they're not in middle school quite yet, they're not in high school yet, you better sit down and have a conversation with them. Tell them not to take any freaking pill unless they know for a fact what bottle that came out of and then you bought it or whatever. Can't trust anything anymore. You can't even trust a Tylenol bottle from, you know what I mean? Like a kid bringing one.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting into the, manufacturing or in the production into everything. So, and it's such a small amount that can kill you. It's like
literally just dust.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of dust will kill you. So I just worry for the kids these days because kids they think they're invincible for one, right? That's part of the issue. So just going to a party or whatever, and hey, try this, you're dead. You don't know what the heck's in it. Pace salsa. Picante. Was it a picante sauce, Jerry?
Picante sauce, yeah. Pace picante.
Pace picante sauce. Oh my gosh.
December 30th. That commercial I don't think would work today. Because remember the saying was get a rope.
A lot of stuff doesn't work today, Jerry. People are just too sensitive. Yeah. There are so many like sitcoms we had talked about in the previous stream that just Cheers and Three's Company, and I mean all of them pretty much. Archie Bunker
and the Jeffersons.
None of them would work today. None of them. Oh man. Oh shit. Sorry. December 31st is the observed federal holiday, so that's weird that the market is closed on Monday and not Friday.
See?
But the bond markets are closing though.
Or the banks must be closed then too, right?
Bonds are closing early. Yeah. Banks, yeah, it's a federal holiday. I don't think you can actually transfer money that day either then. I was able to close a few options last week. Micron is way up after positive earnings call. My biggest move last week was rolling out two IWMs, 228 puts to realized around, sweet. 228. Where's 228s?
That's aggressive.
Is it aggressive? Oh God, that's right.
Yeah, that's aggressive.
I'm like down to the 170. Oh man. I got an IWI. I got a 194 on there. Huffman. Jeez. Yeah, that's why he makes big money though.
That's why he's the president.
That's why you're the president. Who's the real president? You're hilarious. Very, very tiring.
True.
Very true. Very true. Big fish tuna. Yellowfin tuna. Where's the fucking hot chick in the clickbait? Right here. Wait. Right here. Right Right there. Get your wife over here, Gerry.
She's not here.
Get her in the Santa suit. I don't know if it's clickbait, but there's not a lot of options. You want me to put an ugly Santa on there, or do you want me to put a better looking, cute girl on there? What would you rather have on there? Because I do have some ugly Santas I could put on there. I'm getting into selling premium. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up okay, Gerry?
Yeah, absolutely.
I heard it's not okay to do this sign for some
It's
reason.
not okay to do that, apparently.
Why not? What is that? So okay technically means asshole, by the way, ASS hole, but what it means something else too, though, doesn't it?
It's supposed to be a secret sign of white supremacy or something like that.
Where did that start? I've never heard that
started
before.
from, I don't know, but it's like the conspiracy theory, and that's why if you look on my Facebook page, I have my Bitmoji. It's doing that because I don't care.
Oh my God. I just can't believe it. It's just, I actually want to think that sign language for a deaf person, I bet you that's the official sign for sign language for saying, I'm okay. I bet you. I could be wrong, but now they need to spell out okay. Where's this country going? Oh man, we're born in a different era, Gerry. Check the calendar. The market is open January. What? You sure? That's odd. That's a holiday for me. That's a holiday for a lot of people. I'll have to log into Schwab and look. If the market is truly, the market's truly open on Monday, we'll be on Sunday.
Log
into Schwab and look here.
It doesn't say it's closed.
I love that day. Maybe I really don't have that day off. Maybe I work that day and I just don't know it.
Possibly.
Let's see here. I could be wrong. Let's see. Let's see if Schwab is gives me the let's see your market hours. Of course they don't. Oh, take that back. They do. End of year. So the 3rd, Monday, January 3rd, U.S. markets will be open and pre-market and after-hours trading sessions will take place as usual. There you go. I was wrong. Holy cow. I should just quit right now. Gerry, you should just take over the damn stream. I'm wrong. Sunday will be on next Sunday instead of Monday. Holy shit. I need to see if I actually work that day then.
I got my wish.
You did. Thanks for that, Gerry. Jesus. Jesus. Reginald Curry. Reginald Curry. Woke this morning in Raymond, New Hampshire, trucking in the snow. What flag is that, Gerry?
That's a good question.
That's not a New Hampshire flag. I doubt.
You got to remember, I got a 6th grade education, so.
Yeah, but you come across way smarter than I do, though. So, I'm not the smartest. In another
life, I always wanted to be a trucker for some reason. Maybe it's the nomadic thing.
That's a tough life, though.
It's
not very easy. It's hard on your back, especially nowadays. Now that they track your hours and it's all digital, it's like.
But what I would want to have done is, he's here, dividend driver James. He's a heavy haul. He's a heavy haul trucker. I don't think he's here today, but he's a heavy haul trucker. So they just take like one job, and it takes them 30 days to move across the country, and that's it.
I didn't know he was doing heavy haul. So is he doing heavy equipment?
He's doing
bridges.
Last I talked to him, he was doing cell phone poles.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Cell towers or something.
Yeah.
You're going to sweat in Southeast Asia. Highly doubt it. I'll sweat, but you're not going to see it dripping off my face. Travel drip. I I'll be in the Philippines in 3 days, Mr. Drip. Yeah, I heard they're open actually. Lucky you, Prez. 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 It reminds me of Sons of Anarchy. I've been to Diego Garcia, spent 2 months there back in my Air Force days. Me too. I spent 4 months. 4 months there? Yeah, right for the beginning of the war. Pretty interesting place. It's actually beautiful there, but I couldn't wait to get off that rock. Yeah, me. What if we were there at the same time there, Mark? I was in the chair force. I was there in, let's see, 2000, 2002? No, 2003, from February to June or July, I think, for the start of the war. Let's see here. Been in the States for less than a week and ready to get the freak out. He wants to go back to his girlfriend, Gerry. Oh, man. You got to go down to freaking Brazil first. I'll be in the quarantine hotel next week at this time. Quarantine hotel. Is that a Marriott? Better than staying in the States, buddy. I'll have to self-quarantine when I go back. I was in the chair force too. 20 years. Weapons. Wow. Man, we got 3 Air Force people here now. Mark Ryan, myself, Travel Drip, and is that 5? That's 4, huh? Mark, yeah. So that's 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Let's see here. That's a huge duck.
I was wondering if you're going to mess that one up.
What do you think I was going to say? Fuck? That's a huge fuck, Gerry.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Don't have your kids around the stream, guys, because Gerry has got a foul mouth. Don't fight the horse-sized duck. He'll have a massive-sized foot. Yeah, well, you just got to make sure that you touch its butt when you go behind it, and it won't kick you. I got 1 horsepower. Let's see here. I did 8 years, space systems, maintenance, electronics. Y'all did those jobs you couldn't transfer to the outside doing.
Why, you can't do space systems maintenance on the outside?
You might be able to do that, but like a lot of people just, the jobs they do in the Air Force, you can't transfer to the outside and do. I did IT. I took care of the data centers, all the crackberries and stuff, how you get your mail to the general when they step off the plane, That was revolutionary back then. Crackberries.
Did everybody else go work for Boeing? And
a lot of people do. Yeah. A lot of people go work for Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon. I worked for Raytheon for a short amount of time as well. People that probably didn't know that, but yes, I did quite a few years at Raytheon as well. Let's see here. What's going on? Market is open Monday. Yeah, I fucked up. God, I need to see if I have the day off then. Jesus. Good night. You're still my favorites, and I would be happy to fill in for you anytime I have some street cred. There you go, Gerry.
Street cred. I like it.
Street cred. Yeah. Not book cred, Gerry. Street cred. I make over 100 as a contractor. Yeah. Contractor, man. If you did 20 in the Air Force, you can get out and get a GS position immediately. Of course, that's not a contractor, but yeah, I was there in 19. Oh, shit. You must be a lot older than I am. Maybe not. I don't know. I did things backwards. I take that back. I didn't join the military until I was 27, okay? So I was an old freaking fart in basic training. I wouldn't want to drive over the road anymore. No parking spots. You'll make more driving local anyways. Just talking about trucks.
I heard Walmart was like, they treat their drivers well, but I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think about that freaking truck driver that got 110 years?
That's way too many years. I don't know the whole story. I didn't follow the whole thing, but it just doesn't add up. It doesn't seem right.
I don't know anything much about the story. I've been hearing about it here and there because it is my state. I actually know where he was at. It's in Lakewood. It's off of I think he's in I-70 in Lakewood. There's no hills there. There's no hills in that area. There's no runaway truck ramps in that area. There's no reason to have one in that area. If you go up about an hour and a half north of where he was at, there's a runaway truck ramp there. But you're 9,000 feet up. Okay, so I don't know what they were talking about saying he could have pulled off over here in this runaway. There's no runaway truck ramp right there. Anyways, I don't know if it's a story, but come on, 110 years for, well, I think it's just manslaughter, right? It's no murder. It's not murder.
Out there doing your job, and I'm just assuming it was an accident. But I mean, if it was an accident, that's just way overreaching there.
Yeah, that's the system for you. People can smash and grab and whatever and run over their wives and then get out and bail the next day. Aerospace is shaky industry. Agreed? I don't know. I don't really know anything about aerospace, really. We really don't even have an aerospace program anymore anyway. NASA, I mean, there's no space shuttle anymore. You know, now we got to hitch a ride with somebody else.
Well, we got to partner up with the Russians or what?
We did for a while. I think that's done. Don't we? Like, I don't know. Is it Blue Origin or something? I don't know. We're hitching a ride on Bezos now. I don't know.
Or we just rely on Elon.
Yeah, one of those two. That truck driver should not have been charged criminally. Yeah, so we had that same conversation about Potter as well. She probably shouldn't have been charged criminally either, even though she got railroaded. You know, found guilty on both charges when it was a complete accident, and you know, she should do time. Maybe, I don't know. That's questionable, but the jury was deadlocked. You know, and she got railroaded. And this was during the time of Floyd. So it's the court of public opinion. She got railroaded. Anyways, his actions were negligent. Negligent sentence would have been 20 years. Out in 10 with good behavior. Prosecutors should have been known this. I heard he was speeding, but I don't know how fast he was going. You know. Anyways, we're at the bottom of it, folks. Apparently the market's open all 5 days, which is actually good news because there'll be nothing for me to do on Friday anyway. So everybody have a great freaking week. Last week of 2021. Make it count. Have a happy new year. We will be back on Sunday because the market is open on Monday. And Gerry, why don't you go ahead and do a sign out for us?
Happy New Year, everybody. Everybody be safe out there. Don't go out drinking and driving. There's no need to be drinking and driving. There's too many, you hear too many people dying over that. And it's so avoidable. It's not even funny. And yeah.
If you are going to go out and drink and drive, make sure you get a designated decoy. So somebody that's fake drunk, the cops chase him, and the real drunk people can leave later. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining.
Don't drink and drive.
I agree. Glad everybody joined. Hope you all had a great Christmas. We'll see you. We'll see you in 2022.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Later.